Hello, everybody. My name is Ryunn Eldred, and I'm here with Whiskey and Brian. We'd like to welcome you to the Nerdgazmic podcast. We're just gonna jump right into this because I just really don't have the energy. How you doing, Brian? How you doing, Brian? How you doing?
I'm also tired. I work tomorrow, but thankfully I don't go until late. Just been playing a lot of we're a week late, but last week was May the 4th, and I have been playing the fuck out of Star Wars Jedi Survivor and
Nice.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic,
Nice.
and still Mass Effect 2.
Nice.
And you know this will throw you for a loop. I started playing Hello Stranger for the first time.
Hello, stranger. Is that
I
the
mean, Hello
spinoff?
Neighbor, Hello Neighbor.
I was like, Hello, stranger. Isn't that the spinoff they did of
No,
Hello
no, no,
Neighbor?
no. Hello Neighbor, and I gotta tell you, I hate pursuing enemies. I've made this statement plenty of times, either in my videos, I think even in this podcast. I hate fucking pursuing enemies. And this motherfucker, for a game that's so cartoonish and janky as fuck, this game has scared me so many fucking times because I would just one of the times I was standing by his fence and I was walking to go towards the shelf that's on the left side of his door, and I hear dun 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 dun, and I look over and he's right fucking next to me, and he goes, "What? Here, let me see if I can reenact it." The camera angle was like this. He was like, and he just, he like FNAF jump scared me.
It's Officer Dokes from Dexter. Surprise, motherfucker.
Problem, motherfucker. Uh, I got to Act 2. It was fun. But how have you been, man? Playing anything new? Any new games?
I love how you ask that right as I take a bite of my
Mm-hmm.
rice cake, which
Well,
is
I saw.
naturally dry, so it's like I
Well, you're
just
powering
can't.
through it.
I'm powering through it. Um, I'm all right. I got a major migraine today. I've been super stressed out because I'm balancing working full time and then I'm doing school for game development, and the classes I'm taking are like expedited. I think that's the word for it. I'm doing like a semester a month. So everything is just rapid fire, and it's just been a lot of work, and it's been kind of stressful and draining. I'm tired.
Yikes, man!
I've had like no energy.
You look tired.
Yeah, I just don't feel good. I might call out of work tomorrow. I need a R&R day where I could just focus on homework and not try to balance both, because it's been such a exhausting week this week, and I know we're only Tuesday, which is the day of recording. But like I'll get home and I'm just so tired. Like I slept for 7 hours last night, got to work, threw up, and was just like, I'm so tired and I'm so done with this right now. And then like the second
Fuck.
I got home, I ate and just passed out. And literally woke up to your call being like, okay, I only have time for one thing because I'm a loser and I can't spend time with my friend. No, I'm kidding.
I
Was
mean,
meaning to ask,
nail head.
nailhead. I was meaning to ask, have you been doing any of the Life is Strange? I know last
I
time I
did
talked to you,
record.
you were doing Before the Storm.
Yeah, I recorded one episode of Before the Storm. David is a motherfucker, and you can clip that, and send that to our David. David is a motherfucker. Um, Chloe kind of seems a little annoying sometimes. I mean, she's a teenage girl.
Who lost her
She's
father.
yeah, no, but I mean the overcompensation that she has. I mean, I'm only an hour in. I'm not even done with the first episode. But from the little bit that I got, I'm like, goddamn, girl, calm down. Okay, your mom's not a bitch. And there was a point though where I was like, okay, David can't be that fucking bad. And then the minute I walked out and David's like, I went, nope, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy 100 ways.
Fuck
Nope,
him in his
I don't like him.
mustache.
Yeah. The one part that I actually enjoyed the most of the episode was the D&D session. I did the full D&D session, and that shit was fucking awesome. I
Yeah,
enjoyed the hell out of it.
that session was really fun. I don't know. I feel like with with Chloe, it helps knowing a little bit about her beforehand, like the fact that she's
Right.
like bipolar and a bunch of stuff, and then the catalyst of losing her father and just feeling like everything, losing her father and her best friend. Because if you wait for farewell, which is the bonus chapter at the end of Before the Storm that takes place before everything else, it's the day her dad dies.
Hmm.
It makes a little bit more sense in his understanding, because quite literally in the span of like 2 days she loses her dad and her best friend, like just
Right.
abandons
And
her.
I will say her flashback dream, I guess, of her in the car with her dad, I almost started tearing up in that part. And
Yeah, like could you imagine just being haunted by that? That
dude,
seems horrid. And then like you
yeah, it's
gotta
like,
love
Dad,
the
turn it up.
you gotta love the kind of poetry that's in it with the raven and everything. Like there's a lot of symbolism in the game,
Hmm.
which is really
Uh,
nice.
and I did read the text messages to Max and seeing the flakiness and being and the reflection in myself that I am Max.
You motherfucker. My dad died.
I moved away to Kentucky and then I never responded to Tim ever.
No.
And this is our life is strange.
God, life is strange. Don't even get me started.
Life life is strange. No, that was what last
It
episode
started
was.
snowing in Red Bluff the other day, and it was very weird. No.
Honestly, with how it's been in California, I wouldn't be surprised.
I forget that that happens in the first game, not in Before the Storm. But yeah,
Spoilers.
spoilers. Yeah, no, I'm are you doing are you recording Hello Neighbor? Or were you playing it just for
No, I was
fun?
just playing. I was playing it in bed.
Oh.
I, I mean, I was.
What a game to
I
play in
started,
bed. What a
dude.
game to play
Okay.
in bed.
I started playing it last night while my wife was asleep. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was just laying there like half asleep, just like, or I was looking through the library and I was like, Hello Neighbor. I never really tried it. Okay, I downloaded it. It took like a minute to download. Hopped into it and was like, I think I played for 10 minutes and was like, nope, I can't do this right now. I can't do this. My anxiety is already spiking. And I had to close it because,
Your wife rolls
goddamn,
over,
it
just
is.
decks you, knocks you out, beats the
I did
level
scare
for
her
you.
because I'll send you the clip of when he jump scared me at some point. But he like he jump scared me really badly, and I like right
Oh,
next to
I
my
see
wife
you
while she was.
you had it on the bed cam.
Hmm.
I see, I see. No, I've been God, the only game I've played since starting school has been Dead Island 1. I did a 9 hour live
Classic.
stream Saturday of Dead Island 1 with Nemo, because we were trying to catch him up to where me and David left off at in the
Who's
game.
Nemo?
He's oh my god. He's the friend I started the series with way back in like 2017. And you remember when I had you in for like one episode? He was the guy you were
Yeah.
replacing way back then.
Oh, gotcha.
God, my chest feels so tight right now. I
Sounds like you
just
need to loosen up.
I just die here on stream. Or die here in the recording. It never gets uploaded. You get to watch me die, Brian.
If
How does that make
if
you
you
feel?
die,
I want you to
I have
watch
an
me.
I have an unopened bottle of Jack that I got back in 2017. If you die on stream, I will chug the entire bottle. Or if you die on recording, I will chug the entire bottle.
Awesome.
But then no one will ever know because no one could post it. They'll find it on your fucking camera or on your hard drive,
They'll be like, "Huh, this Zoom call went on for 48 hours."
and then you'll see me like
You're passed out,
fucking die of
Shark.
alcohol poisoning.
It was a cult. It's a cult.
Well,
No,
Lee, you were supposed to wait for me, Tim.
apart from not playing any games right now and just being busy with work and school, I got sucked into a new TV show, The Rookie.
Yeah, I think we talked about that on one stream or on I keep saying stream, one podcast episode. Dude, that show is so good.
Yeah,
I
I
wanted
think
to
it was
start.
literally the last episode we did. We started talking about it. I'm already on season 4, almost season 5. I'm like almost done with season 4.
This is something I don't know if you're far enough yet. Have they dealt with the cartel yet?
Yeah, with La Fiera.
I can't remember if that's when a certain person has a certain thing happen to them. I can't remember. Is what Rosita? I think that's her name.
Lopez.
Rosita Lopez. Rosita. She pregnant?
She had her kid already.
Okay, so what's his name's already dead, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he got shot in the back at the wedding.
yeah.
I thought that was later in the show. I didn't realize it was like season 4.
That was literally the first episode of season 3.
Bro, the in season 2 when he was dealing with that cop that was hella racist, I was getting so pissed because he just
Oh,
fuck,
racist Superman?
yeah, racist Superman. I forgot about that. Bro, yeah, that whole timeline pissed me off just because oh my God, it was so annoying. I almost stopped watching for a while because of that.
Because of Brandon Roth's character.
Yeah, dude, he was so annoying. He was just so on the nose. No, everyone else is like, well, he's been here for a long time. Just let it go. It's like, bruh, he just got me jumped and turned off his body cam.
No, when he got
It's
put
like,
back on the force after all that, I was like, oh, hell no. And then the way they
right.
deal with it by showing the body cam footage for a training session, I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fuck that
What not to do.
motherfucker.
Uh,
Out him to
Another
his faces.
show, something I've been starting to watch, and
What?
it's kind of, it's a segue into my topic.
Oh,
Uh, I've been, I've been watching through Star Wars Clone Wars again,
no.
which is a very good one because my wife and we started a long time ago. She hadn't watched through Star Wars in forever, and I watched Star Wars all the time. Um, we got a nice gold cup there.
I realized that the designs are not shining through. They might on this one.
Oh wait, Star Wars Mandalorian. You went and seen it?
No,
Is it good?
I got the cups, the collector cups for
Oh, okay.
Burger King Listen, man, this last
They have it
week
at
I've
Burger
had
King?
an unhealthy amount of Burger King to try to get the collector cups.
I wonder if there's a Burger King down the road from me. I might swing by tomorrow and see if they have it because I don't know if they have it right now. Our Burger King here in my town sucks. They don't have any of the
Promotional
merchandise ever.
events.
Yeah. Um, but this was going to be my topic for last week because last week was May the 4th and we were
May the
supposed
fourth
to
be with
record and
you.
that's my fault. We ended up not recording last week. That's my fault. I will own up to that. But I wanted to talk about just Star Wars in general. I just wanted to talk
Ah,
Star Wars with you because I love Star Wars and we have been watching through all the Star Wars movies except for the ones that they just recently made uncanon or are starting to make uncanon. Who knows if it's true yet? They got rid of Kathleen, so they might be honest about it this time. But they said that the sequels are not canon no more. It's all fan fiction, and that is from Disney's mouth. Maybe
we should just have
I gotta throw the maybe.
David Filoni should just direct the live action
Dave
Star Wars.
Filoni. Dave Filoni and Sam Witwer should make everything Star Wars from now on. Because oh my God, what's his name? Jon Favreau is done after Mandalorian and Grogu. And everything he's made, I've enjoyed. I know everybody harps on season 3 of Mandalorian, but I fucking loved it. I liked it. It wasn't as good as season 1 and season 2. I still liked it. It's better than Book of Boba. I'll tell you that. Book of Boba had some shining moments, but I'll tell you one thing: the damn biker chase scene episode was awful, horrible.
I
I
think it's
hated that
all
episode.
just um what's the word I'm looking for? I think it's all just a setup for the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. I really want to watch the new Shadow of Maul show. I've heard that everything I've seen of it looks fucking awesome. They put
Mm-hmm.
their fucking soul into it, especially Sam Witwer. Just the fact that they added Sam Witwer's scream into the sound that Maul's lightsaber makes is fucking awesome. I've seen the fight between Vader and Maul's gang is it just I've watched that fight over and over again. It's so cool. I haven't
Yeah,
seen it yet, but
I
everything
love animated Vader. I don't know why, but I feel
yeah,
like
every
Vader hits so much harder in animated form than he does live action. I love Hayden Christensen. Love Hayden Christensen as Vader. But there's something about the way that they carry Vader in the animated series, especially in like the kind of prequel eras where he's not already established, like where nobody knows, like in Rebels, where Ezra's just kind of like, who
mm,
was that? Or even in the Shadow of Maul, I think that's what it's called, or whatever, the Maul TV show, where
mm.
dude, he's literally just toying with him. He's so mechanical in his movements where he's just like one arm defending, and then it's after he gets kind of the Jedi when he goes into the third stance is when Vader actually like double hands and gets serious.
Gets a little serious. Yeah. Dude, it's kind of weird. Let's talk about that in Star. Okay, so we watched through the original trilogy recently, and I was thinking about it as I was watching it of how cool of a character does it have to be that based off of aura and design alone, the original trilogy, Vader doesn't do a whole lot. He really doesn't. He basically aura farms, he talks some shit, and then when it comes to the lightsaber battles, he's mostly just like meow, meow, meow. Like the lightsaber battles aren't that great in the original trilogy. And that's, I'm a little biased because I love Revenge of the Sith is my favorite. It's tied with Empire Strikes Back for me. Um, but and that might be a hot take. I might get some shit for that.
I have
But
a piece to add to that kind of makes sense in my own head canon, but continue real quick and then I'll
go
touch.
go ahead and make that point before I continue on because I might go on a whole tangent.
The I feel like each section of trilogies, the prequel, sequels, and then your dubbed non-canon trilogy, they tell a story in the way the lightsaber battles are done. Because
Hmm.
again, like I said with animated Vader, he toys with people with just his one-handed dueling because he's so confident in his ability. He knows nobody's going to defeat him. That's why in like the original ones, he's just one-handed dueling. The lightsaber fights weren't as good as the prequel trilogies because the Jedi like masters weren't around.
Hmm.
Lightsaber duels wasn't a practice thing. Literally, the only training Luke gets is from Obi-Wan, who is well past his prime.
Right.
And then
Well, and
I
they
guess
they
on Dagobah with Yoda, but still,
well, and they do
the
say the my head canon that makes sense, especially when you watch the Obi-Wan and Vader fight in New Hope, is Obi-Wan's main form. I forgot what it's called, but it's like form
stance
4 or something
three.
like that. Stance 3. It's mainly defense, and with him already being old, he probably was just so heavily on defense because you watch it, it's like a half-assed fencing match. They're just like and so he probably was just so fully on defense against Vader because he knew how overpowered he was that he was fully on defense and was just touching his lightsaber, just waiting for Vader to do something. But Vader was like also doing the same thing because he didn't want to go fully into Obi-Wan.
I feel
Um,
like also the Obi-Wan Kenobi show kind of hints at this with Qui-Gon making an
mhm.
appearance. I think Obi-Wan purposely let himself die
Oh, absolutely. But I think he was
to
definitely
come back as
buying
a Force
time.
ghost. He bought time
Uh,
for Luke and them to get on the ship, but I think his master plan all along was to die in front of Luke as a motivational sacrifice.
right.
Because through the appearance of Qui Gon, he knew that he would be able to kind of reappear.
Right. So going back to my original
Head canon.
tangent, headcanon. Sometimes it's the best canon. The but going back to what I was saying was like watching how the original fighting was in the original trilogy, and then they started coming out with the comics, and then just the menacing character that they made Vader out to be. Like the one panel of oh God, I can't remember which comic it's from, but where Vader is just completely surrounded by rebels, and he goes, "I'm not afraid. I'm surrounded by dead men." And he's just, and it's like, dude, there's like
Aura
a
farming.
yeah, and he's just standing there with his this lightsaber in his hand, just not even in a ready pose at all. Um, it's like that, and then moving on to when we got Rogue One, the scene of
Mm.
him breaking it,
Mm.
the from Rogue One feeding into A New Hope of him getting onto the rebel ship is one of my favorite scenes. Is so cool because of just how they depicted Vader, but it's so vastly different from how A New Hope went down. But I mean that part wasn't included in A New Hope. That was technically right before. We didn't see that in A New Hope, but anyway.
I feel
But
like the less you show, the greater the threat because you don't get to perceive how bad something is.
and with the limitations that they had back then, that's the best choice because now we can perceive how insane someone could be power wise. But
Well,
back
you
then, I
also got
mean,
to remember Annie was the chosen one.
but then when it goes like even when you look into the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, one of my favorite parts of that show is when they're trying to flee away from Vader and he literally just goes and stops a fucking ship from fleeing and they're like full throttling it and he's just like, "No, you're staying right there." It's so
Yeah,
cool.
that always reminds me of Galen Malik from Force Unleashed, Starkiller.
Yep.
That scene where he just brings down all the Star
The
Destroyers.
man's so powerful that they could not keep him canon. They could not keep that man canon. He,
Mm-mm.
he was
I know
way too strong.
I hate it every time because whenever a new Star Wars media comes out, I'll always get rage baited into, oh, they're finally making Galen Malik canon. They're finally making Starkiller canon. He's gonna be an Inquisitor in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Dude, and
And I'm
and
just
every
like,
time I've
please,
seen
just
that,
please. I want to see Sam Witwer just make an appearance. They don't even have to say he's Starkiller. Just have him in robes of either side.
it's insane that that man has not been in a live action movie or TV show yet. That man has
I think
done
he
so much for
has.
Star
I think
Wars,
he
and
has, but he's played like masked. Well, no, because he was in Han Solo. He played Maul in the Han Solo movie.
yeah, but that was more of an appearance. That wasn't really a.
That's still live action.
That was like the last 5 seconds of the movie,
Still live action.
which pisses me off because that if that movie did good, the fans hated it so much. They're like, I love Solo. That movie is so cool." But people hated on that movie so much that they refused to make a sequel to that movie, which they purposely
Or the
fed that at
other
the end, which
the
they might have fixed it by doing the mall, the
Shadow
shadow,
of Maul.
the mall. They might have fixed that, but it's still I want to see live action Sam Witwer as Darth Maul because all we've gotten so far as live action Darth Maul is Ray Park,
Which is still just
which was good.
phenomenal. Which is still
Still phenomenal,
phenomenal.
but Sam Witwer is Maul now. He's done way more as Maul.
God, just hearing his voice. I still, every time I hear that ending scene in Rebels, with like his last fight with Obi-Wan, it still gives me chills every time I hear that. Could nobody?
Dude, even in Clone
Mm.
Wars when he's losing his mind because he gets beat by Ahsoka, he's like, "We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die."
I know, and I love the fact that the mall show takes place before like kind of all of that.
Hmm.
I love it. I like Sam
Yeah,
Witwer. I love Maul.
I love. Dude, I geek
Maul
out,
is
dude. When
probably
I
one of my favorite characters in the Star
oh
Wars
my god,
lore.
what's that Dead Space? I totally forgot about. Forgot what it's called. That Dead Space game that they tried to make that has Josh. as the main character, Josh something. Oh my god,
Is
it
that
has
the
Sam.
hacking one?
Yeah, it's the one that came out. Callisto Protocol. Um,
Oh,
it has Sam Witwer in it,
yeah. You're
and
like that Dead Space game that has
dude, that's
Josh,
it was
and I'm like thinking of all the spin-off Dead Space titles, and then you're like, oh yeah, the Callisto Protocol.
dude, it
I'm
was
like,
that
motherfucker,
game's a
that's
Dead
not
Space.
Dead.
It's a Dead Space game.
I
It's a Dead Space like.
so having played Dead Space and Callisto Protocol, I really fucking love Callisto Protocol. I was really upset that it was really shit on because it wasn't a bad game. It's
It
not a
wasn't
bad game.
terrible. I never finished it. I got pretty close to the end and didn't finish it. I don't know why. I think
It's a
I did
short game.
my typical thing where I just switched to something else because I'm like, oh, I want to play this. I saw like my short attention span. If I'll be in the middle of a game and I see a clip of another game, and I'm like, ooh, I want to play that now. But that game wasn't bad. I enjoyed it as a huge Dead Space fan. I I enjoyed it. It was not bad. I think as
I
people couldn't
think
get
I
past it was
enjoyed it more not having played Dead Space before I played Callisto Protocol. So Callisto Protocol was kind of my first foray into that kind of
my
alien zombie
thing.
apocalypse. That
My
had
thing
Karen
is,
Fukuhara in it, and I'm just like, ugh.
I think that was that who's in it.
Karen Fukuhara is the one that plays the female lead, yeah.
I didn't know that was
Kamiko
her.
from The Boys.
Yeah. I didn't. Okay, so my take on it is, as a Dead Space fan, if you can separate it from what Dead Space is, it's a good game.
It paid a lot of
It's not.
homages.
Yeah, because it's made by developers
The
of
original
Dead Space.
developers,
It
yeah.
was directed by the guy that directed the original Dead Space. Um, but I think the reason people didn't like it was because it was very the people. I mean, it wasn't very scary. I mean, the it was just typical
It got me
zombies.
like a couple of times with jump scares.
What the I
Like
think the only
cheaped
part
out
that
jump scares.
scared me was when I think it's a part where you're trying to like activate a reactor or something, and there's these insanely fast like
Oh,
humanoid two arm things.
the
The
invisible
invisible ones.
fucks. Yeah, I
Yeah,
fucking
that's the
hated
only
that
part that I
section.
had a little bit of an anxiety spike. All the rest of it, dude, I was blowing through it so fast. I had no stress whatsoever. But
Relatively the same because I played it on normal, so I was going through it pretty quick, and didn't feel
and I think
anxiety. I felt like kind of the same way I felt playing through Dead Space 1, where it was more like I am forcing myself through this horrible
which now
experience.
since I've played through Dead Space 1 and 2 multiple times, I know not for recording Tim, but the 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 fact that I've played through it multiple times, the only part of 1 and 2 that actually gets to me is in the second game. I forgot what you're doing, but I think you're trying to wait for a gate to open and you have the stalker necromorphs
Yeah,
that are trying to get you.
I hate stalker
Bro,
enemies of all games.
and you're like sitting there with your gun and you're waiting for them to come behind the pillars and they just like full fucking sprint at you. I
Oh, you're
hated
talking
that.
about that part at the Church of Unitology
Yeah.
when you're waiting for the gate door. Oh god, yeah,
Dude,
no.
I hate that part. Anytime I play it, dude, that shit scares the fuck out of me. Because it's so dark and they full sprint every time. I just hate fast monsters.
I'm trying to think of what part I hate in both games, having only played Dead Space 1 and 2. Where I'm at right now in Dead Space 2, because I'm waiting for you to start recording the episode before I finish the game. Because I'm right at the end. And I'm dealing with it's that run from after you do the eye surgery.
Mm,
And it's kind of that like quick pace. You're getting chased by a bunch of necromorphs. And that one necromorph that doesn't die.
mm.
And I have where I'm at right now in the game, I have no ammo. So I'm just trying to run through it.
I can't remember if it's the first or second one because there's in the both games there's a necromorph that you can't kill. Is
So
it the
it's
one
in
that
the
keeps
second
rigid?
it's the
Is it
second
the one that
one.
keeps reviving? And you like cut its limbs off and it'll revive?
Yeah.
Okay, I could tell you what to do, but
Both 1 and 2 had that necromorph. But in the second one, it's right before you get to the marker and you
mm,
have that cliche scene with the needle in the eye and you have to guide the needle down into his eye.
Bro, I hated that part as a kid.
First try. Got it on the first try. I was like, how do people fail this? Dude, that was easy as fuck.
Bro, try playing that when you're in high school. When I was in high school, I was so nervous. I was like, and his eyes fucking twitching.
I was nervous too, but I just have good self-control because I'm better than you. But no, I'm
I'm
um
done.
uh, I'm stuck at that part because it's the part where it's like you come out and you have to run around a corridor and up a thing, and you're just getting chased by a bunch of the annoying ass types of fucking necromorphs, and I'm just getting overwhelmed. And you hit the door, and it takes like a minute for the door to open,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, fuck, dude. I hate the intensity of just being and feeling overwhelmed with limited resources. I get it, that's the point of the game, you know, Isaac's limited
That's where the
or
anxiety
whatever.
comes from.
But I'm at the same point where I'm just like, dude, let me just get through this part. I'm at the end of the game. This is the end. And it's not even the worst part, because then I have to fight the fucking marker in the bullshit scene with all the kids and Nicole.
Yeah, have fun with that.
I'm not looking
But
forward to it.
I don't remember how we got into Dead Space, but we were talking about Star Wars.
Because we tangented off of Callisto
Oh, because I
Protocol.
mentioned,
They
I mentioned
need
Sam Witwer being in
they
Callisto
need
Protocol.
to unite the two subjects here. They need to do a either animated film or live action, whatever, or a game of the zombie apocalypse that like does happen in Star Wars. Oh my god, that'd be
I
good.
have that book. Um, they did start making a game. I can't remember what it's called. Is it the Death? It's not Death Troopers, but it's called like
Death Squadron or something.
Death Squadron. Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember hearing about it.
Yeah. The God, I have that book. I started reading it. It's pretty decent. I don't know why I didn't finish it yet though. The um I remember watching a YouTube video where someone made a game on Unreal, but it's literally just like COD zombies. Not like legit COD zombies, but you just have like you're an Imperial trooper. Excuse me, and you have the Imperial trooper rifle like E330 something like that. So but
Coming
you
out here with
have
the brand names.
it's the typical like snub rifle that they have. Um and you literally just have like stormtrooper zombies coming down a like
A
dreadnought.
corridor.
Yeah, coming down the hallways and you're just shooting them. But yeah, they need to make a legit licensed game based off that. Make it M-rated, make it legit. That would be fucking awesome.
Make it to where you could choose what type of person you want to run through it with. You
What
could
they
do it as
should
a Jedi, a stormtrooper,
what they need
like
to do is make it to where you're a all they would have to do is make it to where you're like a salvage crew. You're a salvage crew that comes across this ship that's desolate and you board it to see if that there's any salvage and there's the death squadron on it and something happens to where your ship detaches from it and you're trying to find a way off the ship. That's all they would have to do. There is your premise, guys. There's your premise. Make it. I will buy
could
it.
you imagine just zombie Jedi?
It would literally just be zombie Jedi would be insane. Especially if it's like the type of zombie that remains or reclaims its memories from its
And you're
past
just
life,
like
and it's like doing force against you.
with like unbridled control. So it's just like you get force yanked through the whole of the shit. You're just
Force chokes you against the wall and starts eating your dick, and
uh Brian, have I ever
Uh,
told you we need to get into the porn business? We'd make great parodies, my friend.
how has that one not been made yet?
It'd be absolute cinema.
Oh no, they're force pushing me to do I'm double handing, I'm a dual wielding master.
The that video, I always get this video that comes across like the Facebook Reels where it's like
Okay.
the Sith and Jedi person like fighting, and she like puts her lightsaber away and she's all and the guy's like
I think there's another meme I saw where it was an actual reel where he's like, use force cum or something like that. Where he's
Oh
just
yeah,
like,
I've seen that one.
"Ugh," it starts like tickling his balls with the force.
So Star
But
Wars. No.
so Star Wars. Well, we're
Star Wars.
segueing back into it by talking about Star Wars porn. Um, I don't know, dude. When it comes to the Star Wars media that we've had or that we have, I hope that with the fact that they're talking about, I know they mentioned it many many times of making the sequels non-canon because
Yeah,
once they started once
I've
they
heard
dropped
something
Force,
about that.
once they announced Force Awakens, they said that Disney made it to where anything that was before the comics, the games, the books were all legends. They were non-canon. They were basically mythos of Star Wars. And I'm hoping that they will make it towards canon again because we had some of the best media for Star Wars before they started making the sequels. Like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I will always glaze it. I bring it up all the time. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Revan is one of my favorite characters in lore of all of Star Wars.
I love the Knights of the Old Republic games and the
Bro,
stories behind it.
the fact that he is a fallen Jedi because of the actions on Malachor 5 that was able to find his way back to the light side after being Darth Revan for so long. And
But
well,
it's
I guess
also
not so long. It was probably
brainwashing.
only a few months, but it was brainwashing. And the fact that it canonically that he ends up going back to the light side and ends up saving the galaxy from Darth Malak. That he ends up coming back from the light side, gets himself a Jedi baddie, has a kid with her,
A Jaddy.
and then becomes a master of both the light and dark side while still being a Jedi. That's why whenever you see a picture of him, he has a purple and a red lightsaber, is because he's a master of both light and dark side.
Oh, I just thought it was because he's gangster as fuck, and he has
And he
bad
is gangster as
motherfucker.
fuck. He is the
He has
coolest.
bad motherfucker like
I know when
engraved
you
on the
look
side of the
when
lightsaber.
you play Couture 1, the game is very very dated. Very dated for a BioWare game. But when you look into the lore, Darth Revan is one of the coolest fucking it. We need a Darth Revan movie or show starring Keanu Reeves. I'm telling you.
Sorry, Keanu.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu, we need
Keanu
you.
it, that is the fan canon actor for Darth Revan. Um
I
we
see
need
it.
we just need a live action remake of those games. I don't know
A live
why.
action remake of the games.
Yes.
So are you saying we need a like live action remake in form of a movie or live action remake in
Show.
form of a narrative game? Because you said live action, which would inquire that you're meaning you want the games replaced with real people. So are you saying we need a video game remake of KOTOR, or you gotta be a little specific here,
I
buddy?
need a CD-ROM version of Couture.
Well, all we
It's
got
like
is floppy disk.
the old fucking Street Fighter games. No,
I wonder how Bloober. I think it was Bloober, right? Bloober or Blue Point that was doing the KOTOR
Blue
remake.
Point, Blue Point, I believe they're the ones that got shut down, right?
No, they're not shut down because I thought they
Actually,
were.
no, I think it is Blue Point because I think I saw something recently that the Couture remake is still being made, but they're still doing the Fate of the Old Republic at the same time. Let me look it up because I'm pretty sure I saw something recent, an article recently. Still in development.
It's by
It is
Saber Interactive now, which is cool. Saber Interactive is Really is a good
because
studio.
it was being made by Aspire, and Aspire got shut down.
It has a release window of within the next 2 years, coinciding with the 50th anniversary of Star Wars.
Which I remember when they first announced the game, it was like a 3 year wait, and I was like, I need to at least not die before that's made so I could play it. And now I gotta wait another 2 years. Damn.
I do love for Fate of the Old Republic, Casey Hudson
Casey Hudson,
is coming
the
back for it.
the
Anything that
goat.
I see his name
Uh,
tied to, I have optimism for because I love Mass Effect and I love
seriously,
his
with
work with BioWare.
seriously, yeah, because didn't he work on Dragon Age also? At least the first couple,
I think he worked on the first one. I don't know if he worked on
which is the
two in
best Dragon
Inquisition.
Age game, story wise, narrative wise. Dragon Age Origins is the best.
Origins deserves a remake as well, a modernized remake.
Mm-hmm. Because that is when we talk about dated, Dragon Age Origins is very
I
dated.
don't know because I also feel like the way it's dated also is what adds to the charm of Dragon Age
So
1.
having been someone that's played through KOTOR about 5 times before I played Dragon Age Origins,
Ooh,
the com
flexing.
the combat is a little more. I feel like the combat is the same, but also more interactive than in KOTOR.
Yeah.
Like just the animation and the interactive, like there's just the what's the word I'm thinking of? I don't know, just
I
the
don't know.
overall.
What's the word you're thinking of?
I don't know. Get in my brain, Tim. I don't know. It's just
Those
I fucking.
awkward moments of silence here between us where we're just both kind of like,
You know what? The word that
mm.
Casey Hudson, Casey Death.
There's, the word that Casey Hudson.
Yeah, he
That
did
just
make
sound like me.
Dragon Age Origins. He made the Mass Effect trilogy and the primary creator of Dragon Age Origins.
Back when BioWare was good.
He probably had a little touch in Dragon Age 2, which I also enjoy. I know I
I like the
understand why
story of Hawk.
I understand why I got the hate that it got, but I enjoy me some Dragon Age 2 because Hawk as a character, he's so cool.
I
I
don't
love
know.
all of his
I'm
dialogue.
biased. I like all the Dragon Age games for different reasons. I like each entry for a different reason than the others.
Inquisition's not bad. I get bored.
I like the open worldness of Inquisition. It sometimes feels empty when you're just like cuz one of the issues I had when streaming the game was just the endless stuff of doing, but I also loved living in the world. Like
Yeah, like
I feel like if they were to do a Dragon Age game on that scale again to have one giant map that's just well detailed like that would have been perfect. Instead of
yeah.
every area you visited was its own giant map.
Yeah, I think the farthest I got in Dragon Age Origins was when you go to Orlais, Orlais,
You
Orlais.
mean Inquisition?
What did I say? Origins.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like
Inquisition.
you don't go to Orlais.
The furthest I got was there. When you go there and you start dealing with
I
like the whole politics thing, and I think that's when I got bored. I was like, eh.
I think one had the best story that I was most engulfed with. I liked the characters of two because Varric reminded me so much of Garrus in
Mm,
terms of being my like ride or die companion. So naturally in 2 and 3, Varric was like my ride or die companion. And then with Veilguard, despite everybody hating Veilguard, I've thoroughly enjoyed playing it. I still need to finish it, but aesthetically it is very beautiful.
it is a beautiful game. I'll give them that. It's and I hadn't gotten to the part yet where people say the dialogue gets very stale. I got bored. I got to a little bit past. I think I got like 2 hours into it, and I was like, I don't want to play this. I'd rather play this. I don't want. I just don't want to push through.
I'm intrigued in the story. It just sucks that like a week into playing the game, the ending of Veilguard got ruined for me.
Mm.
And then, as you know, when like if I know the ending to a game I'm anticipating and playing beforehand, it just kind of sucks all the fun and joy of playing it out. And I just never finished. I realized as we're talking about this, my mouse pad that takes up like the whole entire top of my desk is Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'd show you, but I'm not wearing pants and I don't want to get flagged for the camera angle.
Mine is Magic the Gathering, but uh it's like a merfolk on it, I
Mine
think.
has the Inquisitor like in the middle of the mouse pad, like fighting back all the fade and everything. And then gathered all around him is just every one of the companions looking like either fighting Darkspawn or some type of creature.
I don't know. I think that's why I had such a hard time with Inquisition was when, excuse me, when you play the first two games, they're like the Darkspawn were so dark and gritty. Like they were just like mutated
So
humans. And
I
then when you play Inquisition, it's just like they're from another realm and they're like aliens almost. And I'm like, it didn't feel the same for me.
so one of the things I really liked about the a fan head canon that was like in one of the theory subreddits was the drastic change between each game. Because aesthetically, like in Dragon Age Origins, the Darkspawn was this blight
Mm-hmm.
that like it just consumed every race and all that, and they look
You
like a
literally
lot
get
dark.
their
They
you get
look
their blood in an
darker
open
and
wound. You literally fucking start turning into one of them. Like it's almost like a zombie virus almost.
then in Dragon Age 2, everything looks very goofy and more fantasy-esque instead of how dark it was is because you're not experiencing the story as it's meant to be. You're experiencing
Mm-hmm.
the story through Varric's perspective.
Which is he's a storyteller. He's a natural storyteller. So.
So you're seeing the world through his eyes,
Mm-hmm.
which is why graphically it changes between 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is because it's the perspective. Because Veilguard is also semi told through Varric's perspective.
Bro, you turned purple for a second. Are you living in cyberpunk right now? Do you
The
have Ana
what
de Armas
the
dancing in front of you?
I wish, but the um uh sorry, I got distracted by that forethought. I have the rookie playing on the TV next to me, just running through a previous episode. So it was a
Oh,
scene where it
okay.
was dark and the police lights were going off.
Yeah, just randomly you'll turn purple for a second.
Don't you know? I'm a purple dinosaur.
He's
Bunny is a dinosaur from your imagination.
stop it or I will come. Not because it's Barney. Not because it's Barney. Not because
No,
it's
it's
Barney.
because it's Barney. It's because it's Barney. That's your
I'll
go-to.
tell you. I'll tell you. I have some traumatic experience from when I was a kid with Barney. Uh,
Me too.
one time. No, I'm just kidding. I had. I don't.
One time when I
What?
was 14 years old, I woken up to an episode of Barney. Well, he wasn't a dinosaur from our imagination.
My friend sent me a picture of Barney smiling, and he had a hyper realistic eyes. And I thought it was just a typical creepypasta, but it turned out it was real. I didn't send it to the five people that I was supposed to, and he came in and he ate all my bananas. I had no
I
bananas for
miss
lunch the
those.
next day.
I miss those Facebook posts we'd get in like high school and everything of like send this post to 5 different people or Slender Man's gonna eat your ass. I don't know.
Dude, what was the one I sent you recently where it was like SpongeBob like smiling? It was like, "This is deviousbob.jpg or something like that." if you if you don't send this to him, you're gonna wake up in bed with with a guy named Jeremy.
Yeah. I miss well, it's kind of researched the analog horror of
It
like
has,
just picture
you know,
horror.
I put that a lot on Creepcast because I think I've told you about Creepcast. I don't know what that face was. Do you know? Do you
No.
remember me talking about
Yeah,
Creepcast?
I remember
Oh,
you
okay.
talking about Creepcast.
Creepcast I guess I'm shouting them out. This is my next segment. This Creepcast is one of the greatest analog, well, not analog horror, but basically all horror media, like creepypastas, analog horror, Meat Canyon, Windigoon, just throwing out high point words, names. I lost complete
let's
train of thought.
let's not have an
Shut up!
actual let's not have an actual conversation. Let's just start yelling out keywords. Meat Canyon,
Mother horse
uh
eyes,
uh
Spire of the Woods,
Wendigos,
uh,
SpongeBob, Jeff the Killer.
they did Squidward suicide, and been drowned in one episode.
Hmm,
Do you remember those ones?
I do. I remember Squidward's suicide. I do
Bro, I
remember that
remember
one.
when that actually affected me. I remember seeing Squidward suicide and with his hyper realistic red eyes, and I was like, "What, Squidward?"
I don't think I've ever been spooked by something like that, but I remember like God, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was uh, Hello Mary or Hi, I'm Mary. Oh, God, let me switch over to my YouTube real quick. Sorry, my mom and my dad fucked.
Is that why you're so mad? Did they cuck you, ghost?
They
That's
cucked.
what I would be saying.
They cucked the
If a
ghost.
ghost tells me something like that, I'd be like, dude, were you in love with my mom or something, or even my dad? Are you gay? Are you a gay ghost? Are you upset about? Is this the whole reason that you're haunting us? Is because you're in the closet? Just come out. It's 2026, brother. We'll accept you. And then the ghost will just dissipate. He'll be like, oh, you're right, and then we'll be good. That's how I exorcise demons, brother.
I see. I
Dude.
see. I do. So Star Wars.
So Star Wars.
Dude, I
Hey,
feel like
this is
we
what
went
good
very off.
podcasting is, brother. This is good podcasting. It's all riffing.
Ah,
I mean, we already pretty much talked about Star Wars. It's good. It's good stuff. We love it. Anything Star Wars, put it in my veins. My body might reject it, but most of
your
the time,
heart
it's
and soul
most of
won't.
yeah.
You're like, I might reject it 99.9% of me, but that 1% of my heart
I
and
mean,
soul
I might die in the
bleeds.
process, but believe me, I'm having a great high on the way.
Oh God, sorry, no, it's like I don't know what it is. It's like I have this spot right here in my neck that's just like it's killing me right now.
I feel you, brother.
I think I do need a day off tomorrow. I think I need to take a day off and then focus on like schooling or just relaxing or something. I think I've been overworking myself to the point where I'm just like stressed because I got 2 weeks left at my actual job before the end of the actual year. And then I work I go from full time to part time through June and July. Oh my God, what the fuck? I put my hand up on my desk on a shelf and a big ass black spider just fucking ran down my arm from the top of the desk. Ah, that scared me.
We stop talking about spooky things, and you get spooky things to you.
I miss the good old days of creepypasta and shit like that. Another YouTube
Me
channel
too.
that I
Just old
really,
internet horror.
really loved was Crypt TV. Did you ever see any of their stuff?
I mostly stuck to Mr. Creepypasta.
You should check out some of Crypt TV's videos. They had some like very iconic some of their monsters were actually put into Dead by Daylight.
Hmm. It was either Mr. Creepypasta or there was one time, you remember Ariel?
Yeah.
Um, he turned. I stayed the night at his house and we went to bed listening to I think it was SCP Files or something like that.
Oh God, I love the SCP files.
We were just going to sleep listening to them just talk about SCPs.
I used to do the God, what was his name? He the musicianal artist that did the fuck me like you hate me, low key wanna fuck me when you date me. God, what's his
Sounds familiar.
fucking name? What's his it's spacing my head right now. He never showed his face, and he was sick. He was friends with Valkyrie. Did fucking Among Us with Valkyrie and them. God, it's too late. It's too late in the day. My brain's like shutting off.
Oh, I do. When you said didn't show his face, I immediately went to MF Doom, but I don't think that would be him.
Corpse Husband.
Right. Yeah.
He used to way back in the day, he used to narrate like horror stories, like creepypasta stories.
Okay.
I used to listen to those way back when. Fuck, sorry.
I've thought about doing that too. Because I actually wrote my own creepypasta.
Is it about the time you burnt the noodles?
Yes. And my
Yes.
wife beat me for it, and I
Oh.
cried. And that's pretty much the whole story.
And then you wrote fanfic around domestic violence.
Noodle cries, and then I dies. Something like that. Yeah, no, I actually did write a legit story. I tried to post it on r/no sleep, but I didn't follow their guidelines well enough, and they took it down. And then one of their mods ended up being a little shitter, and I ended up just not fixing it. I wasn't too immersive or something. They didn't even tell me why. I asked them why did they take it down, and they said, "Didn't you read the guidelines?" I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Well, then you wouldn't know why we took it down." I said, "Well, okay." And then they
It was
just didn't
so
respond.
good that they took down your post and then re-uploaded it under their name.
I mean, it's not great. It's like the first thing I've ever written, but it was recent.
Well, I mean, you know, God did the Ten Commandments, and that was the hit, and that was the first thing he ever written. No.
Well, Family Guy actually pointed out the fact that it was 15,
Oh
but
yeah, that's true. Yeah, sure.
Moses dropped one of them.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do a podcast where I do a reading of my creepypasta.
we should. I think I'm gonna
All
end
right,
this
Tim. I
episode
think
here. I'm
I was about
like,
to say the same thing. You're yawning in the
I'm,
camera.
well, not only am I yawning, I'm just increasingly starting to feel sick. I turned my AC off before we started this, and now I'm like overheating, and my headache that was originally going away is back now, and I don't know.
You hear that, chat? Tim says he's overeating.
I'm overeating. I am. I'm stress
you'd
eating,
stop.
dude. Stress eating. Alright, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of tangent-esque episode on Star Wars, BioWare, role-playing games, creepypastas, hiimmarymary.
Dead Space.
You know, Dead Space, all that other good stuff. We're gonna try to get back on a regular schedule of videos. I don't know if this is gonna come out Wednesday. My head is pounding right now, so I don't know if I'm just gonna go back to sleep or what after this. But we'll see you guys in the next.
I say Baba Booey loud in the mic.
Baba Booey, Baba Booey. But
yeah, I won't do it to you.
We'll see you guys in the next podcast. Toodaloo, everybody.
Bye.